everybody, it's Melissa. Happy Tuesday. So I just came to work out after I got done with work today, and I wanted to talk about something I heard on the radio today. They were talking about how there is such a high percentage of women, particularly college students for the most part in this study that they were doing, that have claimed rape even though it didn't really happen. So they basically made up this elaborate story about them getting raped, and it wasn't true. And like in some of the stories that they were telling on this radio station, they were basically given kind of like, this is what they said, this is what happened to the person that was like actually convicted of the rape. And ultimately like the turnout of it. Okay, so some of these women ended up feeling bad about it and then going and actually telling the truth that, you know, this person did not rape me and things like that. But how does it even get that far? First off, I think you are a terrible, terrible person if you lie on somebody and say that they raped you. That is like the craziest thing ever. Because first off, you're doing a couple of things. You are making that person, that guy who actually did not do anything wrong, be punished for it. And then two, you're making the women that actually got raped or had something really traumatic and bad happen to them look like maybe they're liars too, because there was I can't remember the exact percentage, but it was like I think it was like between 30 and 40% of women that claim rape actually the result is that they lied, basically. So they feel guilty and they say that they lied or whatever. And they said most of them are college students, so that makes sense. A lot of people drinking, doing dumb things that maybe they would normally not do, and then they do maybe consent to have sex, maybe with one person, maybe with multiple people at the same time, whatever it is, and then they feel bad about it, and then they claim rape. And then there was a whole bunch of women too that claimed, that they had lied about this rape stuff because the guy that they, put this on would not date them, would not go out with them, would not pay, like when they went to dinner out on a date. Just a lot of dumb shit. Like, I can't even believe that the rate is so high for women lying about this, because it's so serious. It's like, why would you put someone in that kind of jeopardy of getting punished for something they didn't do? And how can you even feel good about that? Like, say you were really mad at them because they wouldn't go out with you. First off, you're lame as fuck for that being your reason that you think you could do this awful thing about lying and putting them potentially in jail, prison, whatever it was. And then when you finally do, these women that said, okay, I felt bad, and then I said, I told the truth and I said I lied and all that kind of stuff. A lot of these guys were already in jail or already in prison. They were convicted of it, and they had to go back through this whole ordeal to get out of it. I would be so mad if I was him that when I got out, I would probably want to beat that bitch's ass, or kill her. I'm sure there's got to be some kind of rage that you have. Especially, there was one lady, she said he was in jail, or I should say prison, for 10 years. Convicted of rape of her and her friend. They both lied on him. And it's like, you can't give that guy his 10 years back, You can't give that guy his reputation back. I don't know. It blows my mind. So all I'm saying is, just be honest, If someone does something terrible to you, especially rape, it's terrible, absolutely terrible. But don't blame somebody. Don't make this elaborate lie up if it's something that you are just mad about, or you consented to sex while you were, maybe you both were drunk, and maybe you did some things that you're like, I shouldn't have had sex with this person, blah, blah, blah. But own it. You were there, you were drinking, you knew what was happening, because I guess you kind of have to hear the stories that I heard to really get where I'm coming from. But a lot of these girls were like, I went to a frat party and we were all super drunk and high and this and that, and I ended up having a gangbang, and I'm not like that though. And it's like, okay, Maybe you're not like that, but you did that and you remembered it and all that, but yet you convicted them guys by saying that they had all raped you. You are a piece of shit for doing that. So anyways, I just think we need to all be a little more honest and not just go with our emotions. Like, yeah, okay, you're upset because someone doesn't want to go out with you. Move along. Like, there's plenty of guys that are gonna, go out with you or whatever, unless you're just like a really shitty person, which you probably are if you got so mad that someone wouldn't go on a date with you and you blamed rape on them. So maybe you're alone for a reason. Same thing goes for if you're just not getting your way. Like, does that mean it's okay to make some bullshit excuse, you lie on somebody? And I mean, I just think it makes you a really shitty person to go and do that to somebody, and there's like so many different things that people lie about, but this one in particular, because I heard it, all this story and background on it today, it made me really think. Like, I didn't realize, I guess, that this many women lied about being raped. And it's kind of sick because it is such a serious offense and it's such like a reputation ruiner, okay, for the guys if they really never did anything wrong. So I'm sorry for, any of the guys that have ever been convicted of something that they didn't do. And, shame on that bitch for saying that kind of stuff. But anyways, I gotta go and I hope everybody has a great night and I will see you tomorrow.